A security guard has to play a hunger game of his own against a bunch of possessed fuzzy robots, all the while being tortured about the disappearance of his little brother many years prior. It's a convoluted story bukkake party exposition dump in Five Nights at Freddy's. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, Five Nights at Freddy's, directed here by Emma Tammy. She's known for directing the horror thriller The Wind and 2 episodes of horror anthology show Into the Dark. We meet Mike, a down-in-his-luck security guard who gets fired for beating the absolute shit out of a suspected child abductor. Turns out, though, he was mistaken, laying the smackdown on a disgruntled father. Mike was triggered by this dude manhandling his son, because as unfortunately many years prior when they were little kids, his little brother was abducted. And he spends every sleeping moment looking for him. Not only that, but he's struggling with his hands full, having full custody of his little sister, who his overbearing aunt, played devilishly awesome here by Mary Stuart Masterson, is fighting for full custody so she can get some benefit payments. See, it's not just Frank the Knights popping out kids for benefit payments by the government here, Hollywood stars can do it too. He gets one last chance to be a good guardian here, and he's offered a job by a creepy aging Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And the job being a night watch security guard in the creepiest dilapidated 80s pizzeria in existence. I hope you like plot, because as his film goes on, it gets thicker than Lizzo's thighs in summer. And it's not long before Mike discovers that the huge animatronic robots in this venue is possessed by dead children. Along the way, he meets an overly interested cop that just won't piss off. I hope you're taking your laxatives too, because you're gonna get a gut full of exposition dumping. Mary Stuart Masterson really needs those child support payments for reasons. So she hires a group of goons to break into Freddy's Pizzeria during the day to trash the joint, which can only go well. If you're thinking to yourself, this sounds overly complicated and convoluted, it is. Surprisingly, the break-in doesn't go well, and Freddy and his fuzzy friends go on a gawless killing spree. And they play a game of hop, skip and jump scare with these group of crims that goes for about, 3 fucking minutes. But before any beautiful gore galore horror can rear its beautiful head here, those laxatives kick in and we get some more exposition dumping. The film is actually a whodunit, with Mike trying to find out who abducted his little brother many years prior. And of course there's a twisty twist at the end that you'll see coming a quarter mile away. And as for Mike versing Freddy's fuzzy friends in the venue, you'll get all 20 minutes of it at the end of the climax, when Mike nuts up with a taser. Riveting stuff! I never played the game that this film was based on many years ago. I think it's a bit of a cult classic. I've heard about it, I knew what it was. And as far as my limited knowledge of it is, it's just sort of like a creepy jump scare game. You know, you're creeping around in hallways at, Freddy's Pizzeria with a torch, and things just jump out at you while you try and find clues. The film was marketed very, very simple. Security guard is locked in a creepy venue with creepy, alive animatronic mascots, and he must survive 5 nights, I assumed. Simple, creepy, gory fun. But this film is anything but. Blumhouse really drains it here with way too much story. There's stuff all gore and horror, and it's just exposition dump after exposition dump after exposition dump. The concept behind the marketing of this film was executed way better in the film Willy's Wonderland, and that had Nicolas fucking Cage. I must admit though, the film does look good on the screen with lots of neons. And it kind of had a feel of a mix of Saw and The Black Phone. But this convoluted plot of these dead children possessing these giant animatronic robot mascots, while Mike is trying to piece together clues of who abducted his brother many years prior, while having custody of his little sister, while the robots are trying to get his little sister, kill her and steal her soul, all the while his auntie is trying to piece together some incriminating evidence so she can get full custody for government payments, is just a lot. I'm all for story, but this film did not need that much. Don't overcomplicate it, Blumhouse. But yeah, I was really let down by this film. I didn't really like it at all. Like I said, it was too much story, overcomplicated. I just wanted some good gory fun. Anyway guys, that's my cheeky review of Five Nights at Freddy's. Write down if you've seen it, if you're excited about it, and more importantly, if you're a fan of the games and why. And of course, if you've made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up, because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies, and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give out an episode weekly, and I'll see you back here next week for the next review, and until then, stay spooky, kids.